If you want to...
Okay. We don't make that kind of content here. So today we have Bethany basically berating my designer shoe collection.
I'm ready, are you?
Yes.
And I've seen most of your shoes too. There's some that I haven't seen yet, so I'm excited.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Celesta. We talk about all things luxury shopping and handbags. If you love those things, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification. I do post videos every week. Okay, so if you have followed me on either Instagram or TikTok, you know Bethany. We're friends because I'm pretty much a mall rat. I think you recognized me in what, 2020? Like when we first started TikTok?
Yes, beginning of COVID.
So she used to work at Bloomingdale's, and then I was like, this was like when Bloomingdale's at my mall like just opened. So I was like, you know, perusing around, and like we had masks back then too, and you were the first person to be like, oh, I recognize your voice.
It is your voice.
That like what stuck out to me. So also like I was like, wait, is it annoying?
No, never that. It's just, it's you hear you and then your voice and it's like, oh, it's Celesta.
Yeah. So anyways, so because she used to work in the shoe department, now she's in jewelry. So for all your Tiffany needs, you know where to go. Yep. But because she worked in shoes for so long, she's going to be ranking my designer shoes from her favorite to least favorite.
Least favorite. And if you follow me on Instagram or TikTok, you know this is my favorite designer shoe brand. I love a Louboutin. Bloomingdale's didn't sell Louboutins, but it's something that I fell in love with while I was working. And the thing is, a lot of people buy Louboutins thinking it's going to be comfortable. It's not.
These are, I think, better than... So I actually just wore these yesterday for a wedding. You can see. They survived a gross bar after. And they're more comfortable than I would have thought for Louboutins, but they're not... But they're still designer heels. Like, my Target heels are so much more comfortable than... Okay.
If you want to...
Okay. We don't make that kind of content here.
We conveniently happen to be the same size, so now I know what I can borrow in the future.
Oh, okay. Yeah, these are also my first and only pair of Louboutins. Yeah. And I got them at the Nordstrom party in New York.
I'm so glad you got these, because if you do a soke or anything else, Louboutins are known for a pointed heel, and anything that's pointed like a pump, it is going to be more constraining. Yeah. So if you want something comfortable, do an open toe and then something that is without an ankle strap or heel.
And I have like wide feet, so I knew that these were going to be like more comfortable. And I think like if I wasn't on my feet for like 6 hours, they would have been fine.
Yeah. Well, like the song says, walk a mile in my Louboutins, so...
I walked 2,000 steps actually in these Louboutins yesterday.
It's pretty impressive.
Thank you.
So these are my number 2 favorite.
She actually sold these to me.
That's exactly why. Because I feel like it's like us, you know, as a heel. Yeah. Because we both love, we have very similar style when it comes to like fashion. Very sleek, very like elegant, very elevated. Yeah. And the pearls are very you.
I love the pearls.
Yeah.
I wish they did this in white. I mean, I guess I could have customed it, but then I thought like maybe the pearls in the white would have been too much. But no, I love these. I wore them a couple times now. Like, these are probably my most worn designer heels out of like all of the heels that I have.
And they're comfortable, right? It is closed-toed, but because it is very wide, it is very comfortable to walk in. And you have a lot of room here. It's not constraining. The 100mm, the suede velvet, it's going to be a lot more comfortable.
Yes, I think these are more comfortable than the satin ones that I got for my wedding.
Satin and the patent leather.
Oh, yes. They don't make these anymore. Like, they don't make this fabric anymore. And, like, I would 100% buy these again.
Yeah. I'm so glad you got these, though.
And we got them on sale. We got these for, like, what, $700? $800? Something like that.
Yeah, it was, like, 30 or 40% off.
Yeah. A steal.
Yeah, we love a steal.
We love it.
Okay.
Next ones.
So she got these for her bridal, but they didn't even make it.
I'm so upset about this. So she was actually at my wedding, and I wore these for the pictures, like the getting ready pictures, and then I knew I was going to switch into my Dolce Vitas. It's like a block heel because my ceremony was in grass area.
Oh, yeah.
So I knew I was going to switch into the shoes for the ceremony and then like swap back out after. But then after the ceremony, we went straight to the boat. So when I got on the boat, I was in my Dolce Vitas. Like, no one went upstairs to go and get these ones for me to like swap out. And I didn't even think about it, honestly. So these are pretty much brand new.
Yeah, look at the bottom. Like, it's barely scratched.
The sticker's like still on it.
Yeah, she's on there. She's intact. It's okay. Next wedding.
Fine. You're right.
Second marriage.
Second marriage. These ones are, I think the only thing I didn't like about, I guess both of them I noticed it too, but this one I noticed a little bit more. The band, or like the strap here, it like snags on the hem of if you're wearing like a longer dress.
Yeah.
That's like the only con I have about these shoes. I think they're so comfortable. It's just, I think I would have to wear like a midi length or like a pair of pants or something like that so it doesn't like snag at the bottom.
Yeah, and they're white and satin, so they're gonna get dirty a lot faster, but
yeah,
it's okay. It's for the special occasion. Second marriage.
Second marriage.
Second marriage.
I have seen some people like dye it, like
yes,
like a light pink or like a different color. I feel like that could be fun too.
Yeah, like a baby pink.
Yeah.
Or even like a baby blue. No, okay, baby pink.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Baby pink. I feel like in general, my top 3 heels has to be Louboutin, Jimmy Choo, Manolos. Those are like, that's the holy trinity right there. There's, you know, I love a Dior and Chanel from time to time, but when it comes to heels, and especially bridal heels, the holy trinity. But I love the Setas because of the look. It's very unique with the crystal ankle strap, but these are not comfortable to
They're
walk
the
in.
worst.
If you
They're the worst.
I think the people think because they pay more money for shoes, it's gonna be more comfortable for some reason.
Oh, interesting. No, it's definitely not the case. My
usually
Target
the
shoes are
opposite.
literally the most comfortable shoes I own.
It's usually the opposite. And I would always say, because when people would come in and try on the YSL Opiums and Cassandras, it is $1,000.
Yeah.
And people say, oh, it's not comfortable. I can't walk in the Valentinos. I'll say, these are for fashion. If you want comfort,
go to Target.
I usually say that, you know, there's like On Running and like Adidas and, you know, all. It's different.
That's like not
it's
dressy.
different.
I also feel like they're not very like wide feet friendly, which also doesn't work in my best interest either.
Yeah, if you want something comfortable, you're gonna want something with a bigger heel. But this is definitely for looks. This is for the photos. This is for the moment.
And that's what I wore them for. I wore those for an engagement shoot and then never wore them again.
I love, love, love these.
These are my everyday.
Yes, you wear them with jeans, you wear them with literally everything.
They look disgusting because I wear them so much. Like, you can tell, like, look at the bottom of these shoes, at the bottom. Like, compared to...
Yeah. You versus the girl who tells you not to worry about.
Like, I wear these to death, and they're so comfortable.
And it's meant to be worn. I love the square toe. It's open toe, same thing, no ankle, so it's very, very comfortable.
Yeah.
And it's a kitten heel. I think Jimmy Choo makes the best kitten heels.
Yeah, and they're like reasonably priced compared to the other ones too. I feel like I got these ones for like $500.
Yeah.
Versus like the Bings are like a minimum of $1,000.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any kitten heel, even like Louboutin kitten heels, usually like $700. Probably yours $700, $800.
Those ones are $990.
$990, but then these, $500, which is pretty reasonable for.
But I also got these like 2 years ago, 3 years ago at this point.
True.
Yeah.
The nice thing about Jimmy Choo, the price doesn't really price increase as heavily.
It's like the newer shoes, I feel they just release at a higher price point.
Yeah.
But their shoes, they don't do price increases on the shoes that have already been like released.
Exactly.
If that makes sense.
Because it's they're meant to be. Jimmy Choo is a shoe house versus like Gucci and Dior. It's fashion, so they're gonna raise the price on everything. So speaking of prices, when I bought mine early 2020, $690. I think when you bought it,
you sold it to me for maybe $700, $730.
$730, and now it's probably, I don't think it's $800 yet, but close to $800.
It's like $790. Yeah.
Yeah, Dior's they're not gonna be the most comfortable if you have the widest feet, and it's really flat as well. So it really depends if you like that vibe.
I honestly think that these ones are more comfortable than my Hermes Orans.
So even comparing both of these here, I'm gonna do it from the bottom. Just from the bottom alone, this one is a little bit wider. You can see at the, what would you call it? The arch. The arch. So if you have a flatter arch, this will be better, and it's slightly wider. But the thing is, this is going to be a lot harder. People compare these two shoes a lot when it comes to fashion or like which one to buy, but they're so different. I say buy both.
Yeah. Well, I got them in different colors.
Yeah.
So I feel like these ones can be dressed up like summer dress.
Yeah.
Like with sandals. Versus these ones I feel like are more like almost like going to the pool, like jean shorts,
more casual.
crop top, Yeah, like that's kind of the vibe.
Yeah, I agree. You can wear this like running errands more, but this is more like a put together look. This is a more lazy but still luxe look.
That's crazy that you found them. I didn't know where they went.
Yeah, they were under her, what do you call it?
Like a credenza?
Yeah. I saw, I was like, oh, that's the one.
Yeah, I was like at my front door, like looking for all the shoes to like put together for this video, and I like couldn't find them. So actually, funny story, I went back to look at my receipt when I was selling my Burberry scarf a couple years ago, and she sold me the Burberry scarf.
This is years ago.
It has to be like 2018.
Yeah, 2018, 2019. My first job in college, working at Nordstrom.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was really insane.
Clearly, I'm a mall rat. Like, I'm just
there. You've been there for a while.
I'm just there.
Yeah. So the next one on my list are the Arans. I do love it. I just don't love how hard it is.
Yeah.
For me, my feet pain tolerance is really high. That's not the case for everyone.
Yeah, mine's not.
So I would go for the Dior for a more comfortable, but like we said, this is more for like a dressed up brunch look. When you're going to brunch, when you're doing something very elegant, you might not always want Christian Dior like you know, front and center. Sure. So these are
and then also depending on what bag you're carrying too.
Exactly.
I feel like that's hard with these shoes because I'm pointing down. I'm pointing at the Dior's because if I'm wearing the Dior shoes, I have to use a very plain bag. Yeah. With these ones, I think they're like a little bit more subtle. So like maybe I can carry something that's like my Bottega, maybe like pattern. Still a little bit. Like, it's recognizable, but it's not, like, all logos.
Yeah. This is the more, like, quiet luxe for designer shoes, I would say.
Interesting. That's an interesting statement. I don't know that I would agree with that, but...
It's less designy, you know?
I think it's just, like, so recognizable at this point. It's like the Cartier Love Bracelet. Like, it's just so recognizable that, like, you can clock it immediately.
So my next one will be the little heel.
Oh, my God. These ones, I think, are... Where's the other shoe? Oh, it's right here.
Me when I was playing around with it.
I feel like these ones are more comfortable than the Arans.
I agree because it's not as hard right here.
Originally, I went to the store, like before I bought these ones, I went in looking for the Arans. And then I tried on both and I was like, actually, I like the Oasis. So I got the Oasis. And then the thing I didn't love about this one that I felt like was harder to wear is the color.
Really?
I know this is a neutral. It matches my sweater.
You find this hard to match? I feel like this with everything.
Yes, but no, because I don't want to wear a black bag with brown shoes. So I can only wear like a brown bag. And then I feel like this tan color, I only really have my Loewe basket bag. Like the strap is brown. Maybe the like this that's the same brown. But this is like the bag is relatively new. Not relatively new, but like newer than the shoes. Yeah. So I feel like for some time, like it was hard for me to style these ones because of the color, which is why I went back and got the white ones in Arans.
And when you look at it from the bottom, the Oasis is a rounded toe and the Arans is a square toe, but it's a lot flatter and it's a lot wider. So if you do have the wider feet, this might be more comfortable. Otherwise, you'll just be kind of hanging off there right here.
Yeah, I'm hanging off the shoe, but for whatever reason, I feel like these ones are more comfortable for me.
I remember when you got these. Do you remember why?
I got them for a wedding, but I don't know why you remember.
Well, because we were talking about the Fendi first.
Yes.
And then we were saying how this is like a good, I wouldn't say dupe, but an alternative if you don't want that. Yeah. Maybe you can insert the Fendi first on the side right here. But the difference between these is the Fendi first is going to have
like
that
a line,
that like F. These are just the heel.
Which I kind of like this like cleaner look. I will say though, and I've talked about this before on my channel, the quality for Cult Gaia is absolute garbage. Yeah. I wore them one time to a wedding and then you can see it's already starting to like crack here. It's been like peeling. I wear these like maybe once a year. No, the wedding that I wore them to though, it was like in a backyard. So it was kind of like gravelly, so I think that's why they look so destroyed.
Yeah, I do see it on the bottom.
But like after one wear, like inside of the shoe, it shouldn't be cracking. So I was definitely disappointed by the quality of the shoes, but they're also one of my most complimented shoes.
Do you remember how much you bought it for at the time?
Maybe like 500, 600.
Yeah, so for that price point, these should be higher quality because now you're kind of in like the Jimmy Choo
exactly
Louboutin realm for the heels.
Yeah, they're definitely not cheap.
But I'm not surprised. I mean, like, look at the design. I think the Fendi First would have been built better, but this is something that was created for design, not really for longevity or for comforts. How are they? Are they comfortable?
They're pretty comfortable. It's just I mean, like, it's just like, why is it peeling here?
Yeah.
Why is it cracked here? You know, like here it's like.
It might be the patent leather of it all too, because it's so like sensitive.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. They're also kind of heavy, but
they are heavy. That is something to note. The metal right here, it's heavy. There's some weight to it. So at least there's that. It feels good. It feels
hefty.
Yes, that's the word, hefty. Next ones will be Chloe.
Oh my gosh, I'm very surprised at the last two. Oh my god, you can see the dust.
You really don't wear these.
These were sitting in my bathroom because I wore them. I got these right before for the engagement trip because I was like, oh, we're going to Paris, it's gonna rain. And then they were just so uncomfortable and so clunky and heavy. And then I thought maybe when I go to Japan, it would be nice. Took them to Japan, wore them for maybe 2 hours, and I was like, I give up. And then they've been sitting in my bathroom since.
I really like it. When I was selling shoes and people were looking for like a rubber rain boot, this did sell well because of the design. A lot of the rain boots you're gonna see, it's gonna be a lot wider here. So if you want
they look very sleek.
Yes, if you want something like more snatch, something more like for style, if you want to wear with like a leggings or tights with dresses, this looks so much better than like what's the Hunter? Yes, Hunter. It's so
fisherman-y.
It's wide. It's a rain boot. But with these, it's very fashion forward.
Yeah.
Comfort wise, how wide are they? Are they pretty good?
It's not about the width. I think it was. The whole thing was just tight. I think that's what it came down to. There wasn't a lot of like movement in the shoe, and then because I also have wider calves, I feel like the zipper also kept falling down.
Interesting.
And see, the shoe is just stiff. Like, that's what it comes down to. Maybe it's like...
It is very stiff. It does feel stiff.
They're just, like, stiff. And they're heavy.
They are heavy.
Yeah, I didn't love these.
They are heavy. But looks-wise, they're so sleek. They're so...
Yeah.
I feel like they're just so cute. It doesn't look like a rain boot. It just looks like a platform booty that you happen to be wearing in the rain.
But I also feel like because it doesn't rain that much here, like
True.
I'm wearing like regular like black leather boots and like my feet are still dry. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like I need rain boots. That was a revelation for me recently.
Wow, I'm glad you spent what, $500 on these?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little too late, but it's fine. Whatever.
For decor.
In the bathroom. Okay, so these are the last two.
These are the bottom two.
Which also, coincidentally, are the two pink ones that I own. I feel like you're going to say the Sheeprees are your least favorite because you're a heel girly.
Yes.
But I'm a, like, comfort. Like, I'm an elevated comfort girly. I will wear my sandals and... like a pair of leggings and like my Go-Yard bag.
It feels like I'm walking on like cardboard. Like I don't know, it just doesn't feel, it feels heavy.
It's stiff.
It's very stiff. Yeah. But also I don't love the dad sandal look.
Yeah. Again, like it's you are a heel girly.
I feel like I would have liked it more without the Velcro, actually. Like, if it was just like a normal slide, I feel like that would have ate down.
They have a version, actually, I was hoping to get these ones. I forgot exactly what they're called, but they're kind of like a braided look. I'll insert a picture because
like
I don't know
here,
what they're called. Like, the whole shoe is like a little bit more braided. Instead of like the H, but they didn't have the color that I wanted. So I prioritized the color over the design.
The color's nice. I don't love the Birkenstock, like the...
Yeah, no, I have like 3 pairs of Birkenstocks.
I don't love a dad sandal.
Yeah.
And it's very, like, it looks like a slide. It is a slide, which is fine. I have Gucci slides, I have Givenchy, but I don't love this part, the Velcro. I feel like it makes it... I know it's supposed to be for comfort and practicality. It's something you throw on, but... Practical. It's not?
I mean, it's like a pair of shoes. Like, I could slide on these ones just as casually as I slide on the Dior's, right?
Yeah, which then I feel like I'd rather, like, even if you're wearing sweats, I'd rather you wear the Dior.
But I feel like it's a different vibe. I can't explain it, but I feel like it's a different vibe.
I know what you mean.
If you're wearing like a matching sweat set with these ones versus a matching sweat set with the Dior's.
I still would do the Dior. I know the vibe. The vibe's not for me.
Yeah, exactly. That's like what it comes down to.
Yes.
I'm surprised at the Amina Muad'Dis though, because those ones are honestly one of my more comfortable shoes that I own. I mean, very similarly to the Louboutins. But yeah, no, I love them. And I think it's the pop of color that I don't have in my collection.
The color's pretty. I love the satin. I don't love the upside down martini glass. I don't know. I don't know if there's like a name for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or even.
But it's like stability.
But it's heels. If you want stability, wear the flats. What stability?
No, I think these are like so comfortable. Like more than the Louboutins. Granted, I'm like triggered by those ones from yesterday.
It's pain. It's not supposed to be comfortable.
No, but I think these are so comfortable. I love these shoes.
I don't love the heel, and I think the price point for what this brand is
they're
really
expensive.
high.
They're like $1,200.
$1,200? Those you could buy.
It's fine.
The open toe is cute. I think the reason why I don't love her brand is it's weird because I'm such like a girly, but I don't love this type of crystal embellishment. I'd rather have like the bangs.
Yeah.
Like, where it's like more subtle.
Yeah.
It's a little too like, I don't know. Like
it's like not your look.
It's not my look. It's pretty and I can appreciate it. I just wouldn't wear it. And I think it's too expensive for what it is. Even the rest of her collection, her brand, like the PVC, like plastic, I just don't think that is what you should be paying for.
It's more, I think, like a different vibe. Because, so I'm thinking, like, I have this black midi dress that I wear quite often. It's like kind of a sweater, like knit material. I can throw on the Jimmy Choo Bing 100s and it's gonna look almost too dressy if I'm going to a restaurant that is under $100. You know what I mean? Versus if I put these ones on, they're kind of just like a little bit more fun, a pop of color. We have one of the pink bags that I'll take with me. And then that's like a cute little casual.
Cute little casual for $1,200.
It's not about the price. It's about the vibe.
The vibe.
It's not about the price.
This vibe.
But then you don't want to like go somewhere and like feel like, I feel like if you go other places, not in San Francisco, not in the Bay Area, people love to be dressed up. True. Versus I feel like here in the Bay Area, I feel like you almost need to dress down because people are going to be like, oh, why are you so dressed up?
Yeah, this is not the place for it. But that's why I love a Louboutin. Because it's so like, hey, I'm gonna fall. You can wear this with literally everything. And it's still so dressy because it's a red bottom.
Yeah.
You can wear this everywhere. To school, to work, to the gym.
You're wearing Louboutins? You went to San Jose State.
Yeah, I would pull up to school with this. It's just so like, I don't know. If these are the same bitch, different font, then of course I would choose this.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about for that casual vibe, this is more casual.
Yeah.
And comfortable.
But no, I think the Amina Muad'Dis are more comfortable. I think also my critique with Louboutin, I want to see more color variation. It's really like black, beige, a little bit of white. Like I feel like if they're known for like bridal, they don't even have that many bridal options.
They really don't.
It's mainly black shoes. And like look at my floor. Like I have so many pairs of black shoes that like we need the pop of color. We need other places to do pops of color.
I think it is. I do love the pink and the satin finish.
Yeah.
It's a pretty color and I do see you wearing this with your...
Yeah, like with the... Okay, I feel like maybe not the Chanel. I feel like maybe that's like a little bit too much.
Bright.
But like with the pale pink, like do we see that? Is that not a vibe? I feel like it's cute. So
it's very pink.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't wear pink as your like base outfit. You'd wear like beige or black or something.
Yeah, something more neutral. That's what I find. It's so weird because I love pink. Pink is my favorite color, but
you don't like this shade of pink.
Yes, I think that's what it is.
One of my really good friends, she saw me unbox this pink Chanel. She like, I could tell by her face. She was like,
disappointed.
Ew. She didn't have to say it out loud. She basically, her face said ew. And like, that's what it comes down to. Like, I have so many colors in my collection now, and like I went from all neutral bags. I started with all neutral bags, and then I was like, you know what? I have enough black bags. Like,
yeah,
what is next? And that's why I feel like you start branching out with different colors, with shoes, with bags, like everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll leave her socials in the description box below as well if you guys want to check her out, or if you need a sales associate at Tiffany, you know where to find her.
Come shop with me.
But yeah, I'll leave another video for you guys here, and I'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.